Help is on the way, dear. That's because Mrs. Doubtfire is now on Broadway. We met up with Aléna Watters, one of the show's great performers at Open Jar Studios, to find out why she's just gotta dance.
Hi, I'm Aléna Watters, and I am part of the ensemble and the flamenco dancer and singer in Mrs. Doubtfire. I started dancing when I was 6, almost 7. We had moved from England, where I fell in love with musical theater. My dad was in the Air Force, to Colorado, where he retired. And so that's where I began dancing. Ballet, jazz, tap, all of those basics. And so from 6, almost 7 on, began my journey. First time on stage. I have a vague memory of being a frog for some kind of Mother's Day tea performance in England. And then in 3rd grade, I got to be Little Red Riding Hood. And so that was at Sunrise Ridge Elementary School in Colorado Springs. And so I remember getting to shine as Little Red. Since falling in love with musical theater in London, before I really understood what Broadway was, I knew I wanted to do that. There was a brief moment when I thought about being a veterinarian, but I'm allergic to pretty much all animals and I fainted in the vet's office. But mostly I love to sing, dance, tell stories, and started teaching dance when I was 16. And I went to school for musical theater. I knew that that's what I'm meant to do. And I'm so grateful that I get to be one of those people living my dreams. My Broadway debut was a little strange because I had to agree to a week-to-week contract. I made my Broadway debut as the Anita standby in West Side Story, and somebody was injured, so they had a swing in and then they needed coverage for Anita. So I came in, I learned the show in a week. You know, I didn't have a dressing room. I was sitting outside of the stage management office, like waving to people, hi. We got through opening, and then sometime after opening, one of the women, she came back. They did eventually ask me to come back and replace her, but they wouldn't put it in writing, and since I had already gotten an offer for the Addams Family, I chose to go and get to be a part of my first original musical, which actually Addams Family felt like my Broadway debut. It's actually really amusing to me now because I remember Sergio Trujillo coming up and asking me, do you do flamenco? And I was like, no. And now to actually be the flamenco singer-dancer in Mrs. Doubtfire is like, oh, cool. It was just like an unknown foreshadowing for my future career. To be dancing in Mrs. Doubtfire right now after such a long, arduous pandemic period, what a gift to get to be a part of joy spreading, which is my personal mission in life. I'm really grateful. I think that my younger self would be really excited that I'm living the dream of being a Broadway performer, triple threat, singer, dancer, actor. I'd be really proud of myself. I am.